But I warn you, if anything happens to my son, I'll call the cops on you. Tiphaine seemed truly taken aback. She stared questioningly at Laetitia, trying to figure out what she meant. Then, as if suddenly realizing nothing would change Laetitia's mind, she sighed, not trying to hide how Laetitia's attitude pained her. I don't know what crazy thoughts have got into your head, Laetitia, but I promise you one thing. You're wrong. Please, just try to believe me. Not for my sake, but for Milo's. Because you're destroying him, bit by bit. Laetitia arched one eyebrow, a look of contempt on her face. A cruel gleam flashed in her eyes like a lightning bolt in a stormy sky. Well, I guess you do know all about destroying children, she shot back, her voice almost silky. Laetitia didn't see the slap coming. As the word children left her lips, Tiphaine struck her across the cheek. Laetitia stood stunned for a moment, eyes wide with shock. The groceries and bags sawing at her fingers seemed to weigh several tons. She dropped them to raise one hand to her cheek. How dare you! Tiphaine raged, choking back tears as if to justify the slap. The two women stared at each other for a moment, sizing each other up, the air crackling with hatred. A voice rang out, interrupting the fight before it started. Laetitia! A man rushed out of the house Milo had just gone into. David grabbed Laetitia by the shoulders and pushed her behind him protectively. She hit me, she blurted, still in shock. But some words hurt worse, Tiphaine stammered, aghast at the turn the confrontation had taken. David gave her a withering stare, weighing his words carefully as he pointed at her with a threatening finger. You've gone too far this time, Tiphaine. We'll be reporting this. Tiphaine gritted her teeth, barely concealing the storm of emotions raging inside her. It took her a few seconds to master herself. Choking back her sobs, she nodded. Fine, David. You do that. You see, the big difference between us now is that I have nothing left to lose. David gathered up the groceries spilled across the sidewalk and pulled Laetitia inside, slamming the door behind them. Tiphaine stayed put, trembling all over, until she felt calm enough to walk back down the same path to her side of the duplex. She pulled the keys from her pocket, opened her own front door, and stepped inside. Chapter 1. 7 years earlier. Cheers! The three of them clinked their glasses, 2 champagne flutes and 1 glass of water, in a celebratory toast. There were sudden giggles, knowing looks, nods, and loving smiles. David and Sylvain sipped their champagne, savoring the prickling of the tiny bubbles. Laetitia put down her glass of water and stroked her boldly swelling belly. Not a drop of alcohol since you found out, then? Asked Sylvain. Not a single drop, Laetitia said proudly. My wife is a saint, David lovingly teased her. You can't imagine what she's putting herself through to give our son the best start in life. 0 alcohol, 0 salt, 0 fat, low sugar, steamed vegetables, fruit all day long, fish instead of red meat, yoga, swimming, classical music, early nights. He sighed. The past 6 months have been so boring. I'm not a saint. I'm pregnant, dummy. Laetitia playfully smacked her husband on the thigh.